We've created a world where being overweight is the default. This isn't just about calories anymore. Everything around us is engineered to keep us unhealthy. We don't want to move these days. We've got Uber Eats, DoorDash if you're in America, remote working.
Gen Z would strongly prefer to work remotely.
Okay, I love that one too, let's be honest. But seriously, the everyday person just doesn't move enough or anywhere close to how we used to. People used to walk more. I remember my childhood was endless walking and playing in the park from morning until night. Now children are glued to iPads, even in restaurants. I'm not one to talk. Now I'll drive my car to the shops, which is literally a 10-minute walk on a summer's day. Shameful behavior. Jobs used to be far more physical. People don't want a job now unless it's work from home. I remember I worked as a labourer when I was younger, and just doing that job alone kept me lean. Now we barely move at all. Let's break this down. I agree that the modern day foods aren't conducive to being healthy, but I really think there's a bigger issue. When you look at the data, daily movement has dropped massively from 8 to 10,000 steps a day to now roughly 4 to 6,000. That's a significant difference over time. Our daily NEAT has dropped. That's basically all the calories you burn outside of training, taking a lift instead of walking up the stairs. I do it all the time. We're not just getting lazier, we've built a lifestyle that makes it easier to be. I remember I'd be shamed for taking a lift for one floor, but now I'm actively encouraged to do so. What's one thing you do daily to stay active? Drop it below. At some point, we've blurred the lines between acceptance and enabling. There are many fitness influencers these days who are peddling this unhealthy lifestyle and promoting obesity. And there are people online who are very impressionable who might be inspired by this lifestyle, and it shouldn't be glorified and promoted, because what you're doing is promoting a lifestyle that can actually be so damaging to people without them actually realizing. Here's a video I found online and we're gonna go through it together.
Ham and cheese, lots of mayo.
Something as small as mayo can add hundreds of calories, and it's almost always overlooked. I tell people that when you're trying to eat clean, make sure you factor in the mayo, the extra cheeses, and whatever else you put on your food, because before you know it, you've had more calories than you actually expected, and you're gonna find it a lot more difficult to actually lose weight.
Domino's to get some food, but we didn't have enough time to eat it. So when I got to work, I had to eat my wings on the clock. I had some garlic and Parmesan wings with blue cheese on the side.
That's more calories most people don't even realize that they're adding. This lady here has had a blue cheese dip. That's probably increased the calories of that meal by about 200 or 300 without her even realizing.
Later, my man took me to Applebee's and we tried these pretzels, which were okay. I got the classic combo, and we also had the apple blondie dessert.
But that alone is getting close to a full day's calories. I mean, and that's someone who's sedentary. I presume she doesn't move much. I train athletes and I tell them to have meals like this maybe once a week because they move a lot, and it breaks up the strict disciplined diet that they have to follow from Monday to Sunday, so they can have one day of eating, I guess, bad foods. But this is far too many calories for someone who's sedentary. It's just too much. Look, balance matters, man. I always say you should have whatever bad food you feel like at times, but make sure your levels of movement support it. Don't be sedentary, not moving much and be ordering Uber Eats 3 or 4 days a week, having muffins and cakes delivered to you, because you will put on weight. It's far too many calories for someone who isn't moving much. So naturally, people try to fix this. They jump on diets, weight loss clubs, and whatever's popular at the time. And don't get me wrong, some of these can work, but the focus is always the food rather than the lifestyle behind it. I've seen countless people rebound and balloon back to their original weight simply because they only focused on food and didn't try to live a life where they moved more. I saw this clip and I genuinely felt sad for this lady, and I really hope she's in a better position now.
My body hurts so much, and the pain in my joints is so bad. I hurt in ways I never dreamed that I would.
And this is why we need obesity to not be glamorized, as this is the harsh reality for some people. And I'm pretty sure if she had the option, she would choose to not be in the position she's in now. Now look, this isn't about judging someone. I've been overweight myself. When I stopped competing, I moved less, I went out more, I drank more, and it caught up with me. I went from 80 kilos to 103 kilos in around 6 months. So I've been there. I'm talking from experience. I think there needs to be more of a change to daily lifestyle habits rather than just food, because it goes a lot deeper than that. I've got a challenge for everyone, and I'm going to do this myself. I'll do this with you for the next 30 days. Let's take the stairs rather than the lift. I sometimes take the lift even if it's one floor. Now that's the apex of laziness and inexcusable, really. Let's park further away when we visit the shops and just use our body for what it was made for. Now this sounds small, but it adds up fast. Walking instead of driving can increase your calories burned by 500 calories a week. Taking the stairs can add another 300 calories. That in turn will be an extra 1,000 calories burned per week before even stepping foot in a gym. Another mistake people make is they look at calories day by day instead of across the whole week. For example, if I eat 2,500 calories from Monday to Friday, but have 7,000 calories over the weekend, I'm suddenly in a surplus and I won't lose weight, despite being strict all week. What matters is your daily average. When I coach people on nutrition, I'd rather someone have a small treat every day than go overboard on the weekend and completely mess up their hard work during the week. Remember, this should be enjoyable and not an everyday struggle, or it's likely your motivation will drop and you'll just give up. I came across this transformation and honestly, it's so inspiring. Look at this video. Look at the difference.
In any case, here's these to say to many looking to start their journey.
You know what I love to see the most? I love seeing people who are overweight in the gym, putting the work in, and I hate seeing people get mocked for it. Because that takes real courage. It takes guts to decide to leave behind your old habits and change your life. And people like me who've been in gyms for years, we will always support that. At the end of the day, it's not about perfection like you see all over social media. It's about changing your lifestyle. If this helped, drop a comment below or share it with someone who needs it. I'm just getting started on here, so the support genuinely means a lot. Thank you so much.